So day 3 of the 30-day challenge, right? Today we are doing, you can see we got the 200 XP from the first 2 days. Got 27 days left on the countdown. Okay, so today we got the video game information guide, right? Comprehensive gaming database with reviews, guides, and community features. So this is like a classic thing, for real. I feel like this is cool. Basically reminds me of the old days when you used to look up cheat codes and things like that and guides. And if you play any like RPGs or something like that, you probably have a lot of situations where you need to like find out where to go, especially with games like the new Oblivion remake that came out recently. It's like I was playing that game, I'm like, bro, I don't know how to do none of this. Like, it's crazy. Now games like Morrowind get even worse, I heard. So it's something cool that we can build. So we gonna build it. But yeah, I'm a real video game head though, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like PlayStation, that's classic, bro. We was playing PS1. You feel me? Playing like all type of classic fighters, everything. I was playing games before I remember. Like me and my cousin stayed up. I was like 4 years old. We stayed up literally all night beating Tekken 3, like top to bottom, like everything. They had the volleyball mode, and it was crazy. It was crazy. That was back in the day, man. That was classic. But we here now, so yeah. Before we get started, I want to show y'all something. So this right here, this is my custom made Xbox. I love this. I love this. I know Xbox been having some mistakes, man, but I mean, you know, sometimes your girl do you dirty, but you know, you still let her back in the crib. So, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it goes. But yeah, I love Xbox so much, so much. PlayStation cool too. And Nintendo Switch, you know, like I was in the Navy, if y'all don't know, that's why the channel's named Military Grade Automation. But on the ship, we jailbroke our Nintendo Switches because we was all like super smart tech people, you know, working with missile systems and network engineering and everything like that. So we knew what we was doing pretty much. But yeah, we all jailbroke our Switches. We was just playing every game, 4-player, Diablo, Super Smash Brothers, everything, big screen TV on the ship. So yeah, it's a lot of memories held in these video games, and yeah, I think it'd be cool to make an app related to them. So let's go. Thing is heavy. Not gonna lie. All right, cool. So we gonna get started. How we get started? So not gonna lie, it's dumb hot today. All right, cool. So video game app. I'm gonna go ahead and get that PRD pulled up, and we're gonna look at that mock-up, and then we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go with it. PRDs, project requirement documents. But I hope after yesterday it's pretty obvious that like if you have a good PRD, you really can do a lot. Like a good PRD will take you a very long way. And that just shows like when you're making an app, the number one rule is plan accordingly, plan correctly, so you don't have to worry about anything. You know, if you plan the way you're supposed to plan, you don't have anything to worry about, seriously. And the plan doesn't necessarily, like the way AI is nowadays, the plan really is more about you understanding exactly what you want, more than anything else. You don't have to necessarily have technical acumen. You just need to know exactly what you want. And I mean acumen is in like, you don't have to be the best working with technology. Basically, you should just be able to fully explain what your idea is. And if you can explain your idea, you're cool. You're cool. You're a lot farther than you believe you are. I promise you. I promise you. So yeah, this is a mock-up of the app we're gonna be building. Pretty much it's gonna have details about games, you know, similar games, trailers, release dates, things like that. But also want to add tips and tricks and guides as well. and just make it look really cool. You know, have a lot of just interesting information. You know, gamers, man, we the type of people that we really like value a lot of things that other people might not value, just because the gaming niche is so immersive. Like when you playing a video game, it be feeling like you're in the game a lot of times. You know, it feels like you know these people for real. So different things like strategy guides and backstories and things like that can mean a lot to a lot of people. So definitely want to give access to that. And yeah, it should be a really, really cool app. And like every other app in this challenge, we're building it in 24 hours. So yeah. So we're going to start off with the project requirement document, right? So build time, 24 hours. As always, we got to make sure we put in that time frame in there. Platform, Replit, version 1.0. Okay, so got the overview. Video Game Vault is a mobile first web application that allows users to browse, explore, and dive deep into real published video games across genres and platforms. It provides rich game metadata using the live ROG.io API and presents it in a stylish, retro-themed interface inspired by classic game art and pop culture. So the AI includes a game. Let me make sure to get that out the way for you guys. Boom. All right, cool. The app includes a game browser, detailed pages, sorting, filtering features, and similar game recommendations, all built with a cool cinematic presentation. So basically, this app is going to be focused on mobile side of things, because nowadays I can't really see the average person using an app like this on their computer. But if you're playing a game and you need to look something up really quick on your phone, this can be very valuable. Or if you need like a cheat code, I mean, even still in 2025, if you need to find out like a trick or a secret in the game, you have to look around. You have to Google it. You have to just kind of poke around and hope you find something. So hopefully this can alleviate that. Also would, this game has, this application has a lot of potential. Say for instance, in the future, you wanted to, or if we wanted to add a Steam integration where you could track all your Steam games, things like that. You could track your different games from different platforms and make sure that they all are logged as well. There's a lot of different potential there. It could even add a cloud streaming feature, and it's a lot of things that you can add to these style of apps. You just have to be creative, and like I said, start at the bottom, work your way up. Always start at level 1 and just go step by step, piece by piece, and yeah, it'd be cool. So yeah, this is just some basic details that the app will include: cover art, game title, release year, game detail page, full page layout for a selected game, yada, yada, yada. Developer, publisher, tags, carousels. I showed the carousels in the last app that we built yesterday, the movie app. Showed those carousels. Those are really cool and clean and sleek. They really are useful to have a lot of information show up on the same page, and it's just a great way to organize things, honestly. But yeah, after that, sorting and filtering, toggle filter bar. You know, we're gonna sort AZ, release date. Nothing new here, nothing new. So data source. Okay, so this is really important, right? Because we want to make sure that we're able to pull the information that we need to pull when we need to pull it. It has to be effective, it has to be quick. Yeah, so ROG.io API will be used to fetch the real-time data. This is a general purpose API, I believe, the ROG.io API. I'm not really familiar with it, but I was working on finding an API for a lot of these different apps that we have prepared, and it seemed like ROG.io was a kind of overall source, like a Wikipedia style situation that can help give us a lot of information on different things. So I saw that pop up a lot. But yeah, so these are just the basic build style of the API. This is basically the language the API uses. Get/games, fetch game list, get/game/ID to fetch detailed game data, etc., etc. So yeah, no fictional or simulated data will be used. All information comes directly from ROG. So this is making sure that we actually have real information coming in, because honestly, these apps a lot of times will try and basically fake the data by just actually writing up specific things, but that doesn't work when you're trying to scale. You can write the details of one video game, but if you need 1,000 video games, you don't want to use that method at all. But yeah, it's just something really good to know. Visual design and aesthetic inspired by retro movie slash game aesthetic with bold fonts, grainy textures, and vivid colors. This is a style that I manually noted because that's just a style that resonates with me. I definitely like the retro style, and I think that's really good to have a gaming app in the retro style because it seems like most of the game apps I see are more on a futuristic look, like Steam, for example, definitely has a futuristic look, I would say. But I feel as though the classic style is really it's really liked, but it's not as popular as it should be, I feel. And that's where the indie apps or indie games have been taken over a lot because a lot of them have the classic art style and people just connect to it, man. It has a nostalgia to it. So it definitely works. But the rest of this, I'm not even gonna go into all these details right now. We can just go ahead and get started and find out along the way how everything goes. I've already verified these PRDs essentially, and I'm going to be providing these PRDs to you guys as well, so you don't really have to worry about anything at all on that side of things. But just want to show this again one more time. Really clean look, really clean look. I love this style. Even the color coding, it does look similar to Steam in a lot of ways with the colors, but it's certain things when you're building an app, if your color scheme is similar to a big app in the same space, it'll psychologically make people feel more comfortable. They might not even notice it. It'll be more on a subconscious level, but behind the scenes, people will just connect to your app a little bit more than they would have. So now that we have gone over that part, let's go ahead and get things started. Let's get it started. Yeah. But like I said, we have a lot of good apps coming in the chamber. I designed all the apps as far as the app style that we're going to be using. And I also gave specific details per app just to make sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to. But I don't know what app we're doing on what day. Everything is pretty much randomized at this point. So who knows what we'll be working on tomorrow. But I know it'll be cool and interesting. And I know it'll be valuable. Yeah. So it's named Video Game Tracker, a retro-themed video game discovery web app using ROG.io API with mobile-first design and cinematic presentation. All right, so it looks like Replit is suggesting we add a landing page, game library, sorting options, genre filter, game details page, similar games recommended, carousel, mobile optimized touch interactions, and fast loading and responsive performance. And also we got to remember this is an app made for mobile devices, so it's possible. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That's really clean. Really clean. I love that. I love that. Make sure that's showing up correctly. Okay. All right. Honestly, yeah, it looks good. Let's get it started. So again, starts with that visual preview. And there's also other options we could work on later, like game search functionality, implement featured game of the day section, add dark mode toggle option, enable save favorites with local storage, add game trailer and video game content, implement infinite scroll for better performance. All these seem very valuable. Let me get my camera back. Okay, cool. So all these seem pretty valuable. Let me move my camera. Where do I put my camera? I always wonder where to put my camera. I think this is a decent spot to go with, so we'll work with that for now. But yeah. So these are the different features that we could add in later. Game search functionality with autocomplete, something that is super important. Implement featured game of the day section. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. Add dark mode toggle option. Dark mode, I love dark mode. Everything is dark mode. I use everything dark mode. So yeah. Enable save favorites using local storage. That's cool. Probably won't need to worry about that, honestly. Add game trailers and video content. Implement infinite scroll for better performance. This is very cool too. I like this a lot. I love the infinite scrolling. Like, that's apps like Reddit use infinite scrolling, and those apps are very popular. I love the just keep scrolling. Don't make me bounce around web pages. Just show me everything on the same screen, and it's cool. But yeah, I like these. The game search functionality with autocomplete, we definitely want to add that in ASAP. Definitely want to add that in ASAP for sure. But yeah, dark mode, that's cool. These are different things that are cool. But also with this 30-day 30 app challenge, at the end of the 30-day challenge, we will be voting on which of the 30 apps is the most desirable, basically. And from there, I will go ahead and flesh that app out into a 10 times better version of it, to be a lot more premium level. So yeah, we can just stay tuned on that side of things. At the end of the 30-day challenge, we'll be able to vote on who or what app we're going to stick with. So make sure you guys subscribe so you can vote on that at the end of the process. And you'll also, if you subscribe, be able to suggest apps that you would like built, so I can help you build those apps. Or, you know, I can show how those apps will be built on live. Just want to make sure that I'm giving people the most valuable information that they can get, because this information is hard to find. So, and I can't read mine. So whatever you guys want, just let me know, and we can definitely work it out for sure. Definitely work it out. All right. So installing dependencies, executed, database, configured, start application. Okay. Configure start application. So you can see it's on port 5000. 5000 is the default. Let me bounce back to that portion. Oh, it's like 13 of these. Okay, that's going to be difficult to find, and there's no point in really digging through that. So port 5000 is the port that is defaulted to a lot of times, because it's just a stable port. That I was a network engineer before I got into the software development and everything, and port 5000 is a standard port that's usually open, and it's good for apps because you like to use common ports because it lets you know what to check. You know, like if you're looking for a problem, because every port is an entry point. Picture it like you're at a dock, right? And a port is literally a port where you will park your ship. But your ship is just the data or the app or the information, whatever needs to go in and out, right? So you want to make sure that your port is known, because if two apps try and use the same port, or there's a lot of things that can use ports, but let's just stick with apps. If two apps are trying to use the same port, they will not be able to work. And the first app that's already using the port will work fine, but the extra app that tries to come in, it just won't work. It'll be broken. So a lot of times, if you don't know what you're doing or how to do things, it can be very confusing to track down where the issue is coming from. So I definitely would recommend using standard ports, or just understanding port management and logging your ports, making sure that everyone who's using your server knows how that works, because ports are used with apps on servers. But another thing with the server, a lot of people think a server is just a room full of devices, and it's just this massive room with all of these different things going on. But a server is your computer. A server is a computer. It's just a place that can store information and give it out, right? So your computer is a server. Your phone is a server. Any device that you're using nowadays that's a computer is essentially a server at the same time. So you can swap out the words computer and server pretty much interchangeably. All right, so I built a retro themed. I don't know why Replit always scrolls down for me. I don't know if it's the browser, but excuse me. I don't want to change the browser because there's cache in here. It's a long story, but I don't want to change the browser. But I built a retro themed video game discovery app called Video Game Vault that uses ROG.io API. here's what I've implemented. Landing page with retro styling and enter vault button. Game library with filtered by genre and sorting. All right, so instead of reading that, let's actually check it out. So it's not even loading. Okay, that's good to know. So once you see an error on Replit, first thing you do is log that error with a screenshot, right? So paste that screenshot in the chat. Let it know it's an error by putting the word error in there first, and then you just tell it what the error is. Let me see the name of that button right there. The enter vault button. And it's good to be specific. The more specific you are with calling out an error, the better Replit can fix your problem. So the enter vault button is not working. And I just showed the error, right? So I caught a screenshot of the error, but I want to make sure it knows the enter vault button isn't working because I wanted to know exactly what caused the problem. And I wanted to know exactly where the problem, or I wanted to know the cause of the problem, and I wanted to know what the result of the problem was. Like, it's kind of hard to word that, but you just need to know both sides of the issue so that Replit can understand things correctly. But yeah, so what was the problem? We can check that out here. And that's another good thing with Replit. It will always give you all of the information that it found and it used to solve the problem. So if you want to learn software development, you should use this. A lot of people have been believing that Replit and Cursor and Windsurf and all of these different coding applications that'll help you code aren't good for people because they're taking away your need to learn. But at the same time, it teaches you everything. So it's just really valuable. It's almost like having a teacher in your classroom, just giving you all the information you would need while they're helping you solve the problem, you know? So, and at the end of the day, it's like, we're trying to get things done. You know, we're not trying to just, this isn't school, this is real life. So you definitely want to be able to accomplish your goal. You can learn how that worked later if you need to. I can see there are two main issues to fix. The select item component error, it needs a non-empty value prop. API 401 error. We need the ROG API key. Okay. Now let me ask for the ROG API key since we're getting a 401 error. Okay. So we need the ROG API key. Now I will need to sign up for that API to get the key. And I broke this down before, but the reason why we need API keys is because your API key tells the application who's using the information, right? So if I have an API key, I might get, let's just say, a gigabyte of data that I can use. And that gigabyte is used transferring information back and forth and just pulling information. So I get a gigabyte of data, right? Like a phone plan. I get a gigabyte of data and someone else might get a gigabyte of data. They need their own API key and I need my own API key so we can know exactly who was using the data. It's very important to know because you can usually max out your API. Some apps that are like really, really low key and not that much people are using, you don't really have to worry as much about maxing out your API key. But a lot of apps, yeah, you max out your API and it'll suck because now you can't use it until it's done loading. So it looks like I can make an account here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that account really quick. Sign up. All right, and it's a straight, very direct sign up page. Email, username, and password. And another good thing about using Replit, if you need to use an API key, then it will tell you exactly how to get to that page to use that key. APIs are amazing, and if you don't know about them, you should definitely be using them. Promise. And if you do app development, you will end up knowing about them for sure. All right, so I just created a username and password, and you can see here, this allows you to place all your games on one shelf. So what I was talking about with the app that we're building now, this app actually does that, where it connects all your different platforms and allows you to see all your games on one page. So that's really cool. We might want to add that later, but for now, it's all good. All your games in one place, recommend games, community, etc., etc. Not important. But I noticed API up here, right? So this is what we need. Get API key. All right. So let me make sure I don't reveal my API, because you should know, if you lose your, or if you compromise your API key, it's like your social security number. People can just, you know, cause problems, and you'll just have to get a new one. So that sucks. Site slash, it's asking for a site app URL. Okay, so for the site app URL, just so you guys can see that site app URL, I'm going to pop this out. If you click this here, it opens the app in a new page, right? And I'm going to copy this URL right here. That's not the final URL that the app would use, but that's the app. That's the URL the app is using now. So put that in there. I need an API key to build my app. All right. So submit that. Site URL. All right, cool. So after that, yeah, it just gave me the API key, and I'm gonna drop that in here now. Continue. All right, so I just dropped that API key in. I'm gonna add it to account secrets. Another really cool thing about Replit, once you use an API key, it'll let you categorize that API key, and it'll remember what it was used for. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to click add to account secrets right here, and it'll actually log your API. And if you ever need that same API for a different app, it'll just go right to it. It's really cool. All right, so let's see what it did. All right, great. I fixed the issue, and the app should now be working properly. Fix the select item error by giving it a proper value. Added the ROG API key so games can load from the real database. Fixed the CSS import order. This thing keeps moving around on me. Fixed the CSS import order. The app should now load the landing page. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Load the landing page. Let you click enter vault, show real games, allow filtering by genre. Keep try clicking enter vault button. All right, cool. So as we can see here, let's go back to the full page. All right, look at how great this is right here. Like, this is, again, like 30 minutes. Got a full app here. Each page really clean. Really clean. That was a couple buttons. I didn't do anything really. Like, I just gave it the PRD, and it went crazy. Right? Went crazy. So this looks really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. Really nice. Man. Red Dead Redemption. I'm not gonna lie, man. I might be in the minority, but I think the first Red Dead was better than the second one. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I think the first Red Dead was better. Let me move this back here so it'll be a little bit cleaner. All right, cool. So yeah, this looks really, really nice here. Really, really nice. Rockstar Games, bigger. Here's a little description here, right? This is really cool. And it has the Metacritic score right here. Boom, easy, easy. All these different games at the bottom. Look at this. This is super nice. I even like the art style, really. Like the color coding, the yellow to red. Like, I wouldn't have designed it this way at all, but it looks really nice. And each game has their own. setup. Skyrim. Look at this. This is epic. This is an epic app. All right, so what we're gonna do now, grab my phone. Be right back. Let me grab my phone so we can make sure this looks good on mobile. All right, cool. So yeah, it looks good so far on desktop. We're gonna check out the mobile. And remember, this app was made for mobile specifically. Like I made this app, or in the PRD, the project requirement document that we use for every app that we create, I made sure that I specified that this app should be great on mobile because most people are gonna be using this on their phone. So all I'm doing is scanning the QR code and pressing open in browser, right? And now we can see, turn my brightness up on my phone, and we can see right here, app looks great, right? Enter Vault, all the games here, super clean, super clean. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. That's epic. That is epic. Less than 30 minutes. Easy. Easy. It's that simple. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why this software is so important for people to use. People really need to be using Replit, Cursor, Windsurf. I'm using Replit specifically. They have Bolt and things like that as well. But I'm using Replit because Replit is super easy to use. So anybody could do this. I'm giving you guys the PRDs too. So all you need to do, take the PRD, take a mock-up image, give that to Replit, and it'll generate the app. And then you just tell it what you want to change or how you want to alternate it. You don't need to start from scratch. You can just use the blueprints that I'm giving you guys. You can build from them easily. On top of that, you can also give your PRD and your mock-up image to ChatGPT, right? And type in something simple like, use this PRD example to make a new app that does X, Y, and Z. Like, this is a video game app, right? But you can tell Replit, you can give Replit the video game app and the video game mock-up image, right? And you can say, use this image and this PRD as an example reference document. Use that to make a new PRD and a new mock-up that builds spaceships or rides surfboards in Antarctica. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, you can just tell it to do it like a person, like you're requesting somebody to do something. Like anything you want to do with this, you can do it. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. We're really in the future. People just living in the past, man. I don't know, but we're really in the future right now with these things. Like this is crazy. Fully fleshed out app. Like make sure I go to big screen. See this? You can see right here, this is a temporary development preview, and these links are not public for use. Deploy your app for secure sharing or use an invite link. Right, so basically what it's saying is I haven't posted this app publicly yet. This is just still a private app. But yeah, 30 minutes, boom. All right, so another valuable thing that people don't realize about Replit, it's learning from my previous requests. So every day out of this 30-day challenge, the apps are going to get more advanced, even though I'm doing the same thing, because Replit is going to learn what I like, and it's going to build more apps based on the style of app that I'm requesting. All of these different PRDs, it's not just throwing them away, it's building on top of them. So they're just going to get more and more advanced. Like seriously, it's crazy. If this isn't cool, I don't know what is. Like, I don't know. So I just want to check out a couple more things just to make sure everything is working the way I think it should be. Look, action games. Boom. massive multiplayer games. Whew. Where's that World of Warcraft at? Where is that World of Warcraft? I don't see it. To not have World of Warcraft on here is crazy. So we're gonna go by rating. Ark Survival is rated #1. All right. These images are really nice too. The images that they're referencing are really, really nice. Really nice. I really like that a lot. This description, though, I feel like this description should be away from that. And the similar games. I wonder how it's picking these similar games. Or if they're just all the same referenced games. Right, so I'm seeing like the same games referenced in the similar games a lot. I don't know if it's really catching up on that aspect yet. But since this was so easy, we can actually add a lot more detail to this and make this a lot more fleshed out. So I like the background too. I don't want to change the background. I like the design of this a lot. So I'm just wondering, do we want to add a dark mode to this? Do we want to add some type of animation to it? The rating system is really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. This is a really useful app. Even just if you're trying to find a game to play, this is a really useful app. Trying to think, what do we go with now? And the home screen is really clean too. The home screen is clean. All right. So I will say add in. What we gonna do? Okay. Well, first off, even the design, I really like the design. It's simple, but it's efficient and it works. It really works. I guess I could say clicking that arrow in the corner is annoying, but this is a mobile app. So what we will do is add in trailers. Well, above the description, what are we going to put above the description, right? Something else can be here. So above the description, add in reviews. Okay, so we're going to add in reviews. Okay. Like I want actual reviews to show up on this page so we can get a good opinion. Honestly, I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna read good and bad reviews specifically, and I'm gonna make sure that it's not just astroturfing. You know, a lot of these companies, they just kind of pay people to post fake information so they can change the narrative of their game or movie or whatever. So gotta make sure that's not happening. Error. Add in a portion that shows reviews above the description. Boom. All right, so it's about to load really quick. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, we are back in it. All right, looks like it just finished too. That's cool. All right, so let's see. What is the result? All right, so perfect. I've added a comprehensive review section above the description. The new section includes ratings, Metacritic score. Okay, rating breakdown, showcasing detailed statistics. The reviews, the reviews section displays real data from the ROG API and matches the retro arcade style. You can now see rating information, review counts, and Metacritic score for each game before reading the description. How does it look? Okay, let's check it out. Let me check it out on the big screen. Okay. Boom. 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 This is nice. This is nice. So I want links, right? Instead of having all the reviews show up here, we can say, because nothing on this is clickable. Nothing on this is clickable. It says based on the reviews. So this is a good opportunity to use the assistant, right? We have an assistant. The assistant can just give us information. It's more like a ChatGPT type of situation where it doesn't actually do anything, but it can just give you details and specifics about different questions you might have. You can even highlight a line of code and you can click explain with assistant, and that'll actually just give you a whole breakdown of what that portion of code is. But we don't need to do that right now. What we need to do is ask the assistant. Well, first off, I'm going to post that screenshot. Screenshots are your best friend when you're working with these programs. Always catch screenshots of exactly what you're looking for, because showing a picture is a lot easier than describing something, and you don't want these softwares to mistake what you're trying to request, because that can break things and it's just annoying. So what I'm going to ask is, can we display actual reviews on the page? I'm gonna ask it if we can, right? Because if I ask the agent to show the reviews, that might be a really, really, really drawn out process, and that could easily break things. It can easily switch things up, and it might not even be possible. Usually the agent is not going to tell you no. It's just going to do something, and then you're going to find out later it wasn't what you wanted. So yeah, I can see you want to display actual user reviews on the game page. Currently the page only shows raw statistics. It doesn't provide individual reviews. I can enhance the review section to show more detailed rating breakdowns and realistic statistics that are available from the API. All right. So can the page give links where users can see the reviews? All right, so it looks like the API doesn't have the actual reviews, which that's why I wanted to verify that, because APIs are, I believe it stands for Application Protocol Interface, and APIs are able to grab specific information and catalog it so that you can pull it out somewhere else, right? It's basically just organizing the information in a way where you can say, hey, imdb.com, tell me a list of popular movies, and imdb.com will have a portion of the API that says top movies, and it'll list them, right? And it'll just the API grabs that list. The API is not actually understanding anything it's doing. It just has a reference for the top movies or whatever you're looking for. So if it doesn't have a reference built in, then it just won't be able to do it. All right, I've added a read review section that provides links to popular game review sites. Each link opens up in a new tab and uses the game's name to search for relevant reviews. All right, cool. So what the assistant is doing is it has a change prepared, and it's asking me to verify that I would like that change made. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. I'll go ahead and make that change. So checkpoint made. Add review links to extend to external sites. Excuse me. All right, so now we can see read reviews, right? Steam, user review and store. And what does that do? It takes us right here where we can check out. I would prefer it to go to the actual page, but that's not bad, actually. This ain't bad. And what page are we on? We're on, it's just searching for the game. So basically it just takes you to another page where you can get more details. That's cool. Oh, the IGN page isn't working. No. So that's not good. GameSpot. GameSpot is good. Okay. And Metacritic. Uh-oh. All right. So I will go ahead and say no reason to use the assistant anymore now. So I'm going to go ahead and post that screenshot there, right? Error. Metacritic and IGN buttons went to dead pages. Error 404. 404 error means the page you tried to go to doesn't exist. It's basically a default error page where any web page you try and get to that doesn't work will show that same error message. Yep. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's see what it gives us. What are the results? I can see you've added clickable review button for different platforms. However, these are going to 404 pages because we haven't implemented the routing for them yet. Let me check what you've added and fix the issue. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So it looks like this page, the agent doesn't actually know about what the assistant did. That's interesting. That's interesting. That can be good and bad too, because a lot of times the AI can get caught in loops and it'll just kind of linger in a direction that you don't want to go in, really. So being able to use an assistant that doesn't have that loop, a lot of times, sometimes these loops are not easily able to get out of. You got to restart the program or stop and start the server. You just got to kind of trick it to get out of that mindset. But if you can use an assistant to request something else, that can be a good way to get around that a lot of times. So that's cool to know. It's another trick to put in the back pocket. Man, the lights just flickered. I don't know what that was. It's crazy. All right. I don't know if that showed up, but yeah, the lights just flickered over here. My light bulb might be going out, but I know my power ain't going out. Never lose power. I can see you've added clickable review buttons to the platform. Okay. I can see the issue. Review buttons are linked to external search pages. These don't always lead to specific game pages. Let me fix the links to point to more reliable URLs that should work better. Actually, let me use better fallback URLs that are more likely to work. Okay. I need to add the slug field to the game schema since the ROG API provides it. Okay. I don't know what the slug field is, but yeah. All right, looks like something happened. Let's check it out. Look how clean this is. This is so clean. All right, so let's check it. IGN. Nothing. Went to the wrong page. Metacritic. Metacritic worked. Steam? No. Huh. This is interesting. I don't know why I don't know what this is. It's searching. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? Doom 2016. Why isn't Doom showing up on here? That's weird. Is Doom not on Steam? Oh, so I'll just type in Doom and it shows up. Okay, so it looks like the naming convention was off. So what we're gonna do is lie about our age, whatever old age we could find. I am from the year 1900. We didn't eat leftovers because we didn't have refrigerators. But yeah, all right, cool. So I'm going to post the URL, right? I'm gonna post the URL. I'm going to say the game as well, right? So I gave it the URL. And I gave it the picture of the game that I'm using. And I'm going to show it. Okay. All right, so that image should be posted in there. I can't scroll over here. Let me see if I can spread that out. All right, cool. So they're just missing that scroll feature. But what I'm going to do is say the game Doom 2016 went to the page I screenshot. When I clicked the Steam review button, it should have went to the URL I have above. All right, so let's see what it does. I'm curious what this is gonna do. This isn't a standard problem necessarily. It's more of a specific issue. I can tell what the problem was. The problem was that it was searching for the game by typing in Doom 2016, but really the game is named Doom, and it's just called Doom 2016 because that's the year it came out. So that obviously caused some problems, excuse me, with the way that it was checking for the files and checking for the pages. So I don't know if it'll be able to fix this, honestly. I don't know. This is a test for Replit. It's just such a specific problem, you know. But we'll find out. Again, though, so far, like, this is a lot. This is a lot. Like, look at all of this we have so far. This is crazy. It's crazy. That's a screenshot right there. That's gonna be the thumbnail for sure. But yeah, it's a lot. Everything works. The sorting. Well, what is this test? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, these games just don't have pictures yet because they're upcoming. That's cool. I like that, honestly. I would arguably take that out, but I want that realistically. But the date, you should be able to add old and new and search by year and everything as well. Better searching specifics. And the date should go up to 2020, or it should go up to today, whatever the current date is. So that's something that can be fixed. But let's check out Doom. And also, there's no search bar here. There's no search bar. So we're going to check rating, action. I don't even know how to get to Doom. I don't even know how to get to Doom right now. Okay. So, all right. And it went to the wrong page. Okay. No. It should take you directly to the correct Steam page. The button took me here. And just let it know that that is an error. Point that out. Boom. All right. So we should be able to get this solved at this point. It's still going to the Google search instead of the direct Steam URL. Problem is the ROG API stores data, might not be populated. on the URL. Huh. Stores array has the Steam store, but with empty URL. Okay. So an array is a grouping of different items, right? So usually in an array, you would have brackets, right? So you would have, for instance, if you had an array of dogs, you could have, for an example, just freestyling just to give a good understanding what that means. Because it is important to understand what an array means, because array is a term that's used a lot in the programming world. So basically, if we had an array of dogs, an example of the code, depending on what language you use, the code will be different, but a just basic example would be dogs equal, and then you would put brackets, right? And you could say German Shepherd, comma, space, pit bull, comma, space, chihuahua, comma, space, bloodhound, you know, etc., etc., DMX, you know, like whatever dog you want to add in there, you can add them to the array, and the array is pretty much the grouping. So when it said that the array was missing that information in the URL, it had an array of different URLs, which means just a group of different URLs, probably for each review button had a different URL that it was linking to, or something like that. But yeah, it's just important to understand what arrays are, and that's basically just a group of items. A group of items. I've updated the Steam link to a more specific Google search that includes INURL :app to target actual Steam store pages instead of general search results. This should help find a direct Steam store page for games like Doom. All right, so we're still on Doom. I like that loading screen, loading game. That's really cool. All right, so let's click Steam. Didn't work. All right, so since it did the exact same thing, what I want to do is I want to try it out over here. I didn't try it in here. A lot of times with the cache of your browser, it can just kind of lock you in to that same result. So another thing I'm gonna try that you can always test is resetting that server. So you can just press Control Enter technically to reset the server, but clicking that button right there will reload the actual server. So if anything was saved temporarily, that could have wiped it out. And the only reason I think it might be a server problem is because it's showing the same result. So not every time, but it's always good to test if it was a server problem when you're seeing the same result there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post that there and say error, the same result is happening when I click the button. And it's probably just gonna notice that the change didn't take effect, or there was something else small missed somewhere. Usually at this point, it's easy to for a Replit to find a solution. Google searches aren't working reliably to find the specific Steam pages. Let me try a different approach that should work better. I'll use SteamDB search functionality. Yeah, Steam database is way better. Way better. Cool. So it looks like it's updated. I've updated the Steam link to use SteamDB instead of Google search. SteamDB is a reliable database that indexes all Steam games and will show you the exact Steam store page for each game. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna retry that server. Bam, and we're gonna click Steam. Nice. Cool. Not going to the right page though. No. See, this is it's searching though. So what I'm gonna do is take a screenshot. Okay, and all I'm gonna say is error. The button now takes me here. Okay. I'm not sure if, I mean, I definitely, you can do whatever you want with this program. You can make anything work for sure. But a lot of times it's just intelligent to understand when you're going in a direction that's going to take up a lot of time and energy when you could have went in another direction that was more convenient, or just added a different feature that was more useful. Like, we have Metacritic reviews showing up, right? We have IGN popping up as well. So not having Steam isn't really a big deal. Like, I'm pretty sure GameSpot was working as well. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is my worst enemy right here, bro. I don't know. Bridges. All right. All right, let's see. What? All right, cool. I'm not a robot. All right, bet. All right. Yeah, it didn't that button didn't work as well. So let's try. Well, first off, let's try Steam now. It looks like they made the change. All right, this is cool. I guess I would rather it go in there, but uh I would much rather it go to the actual game. All right. And this might be a problem with Doom because Doom is called 2016, but there might be other games that have more than one name. So definitely want to fix these little problems. Debugging never stops. All right, so error, the button took me to this page. All right, let's see what we got. It's doing better. It's doing better than it was. Perfect. I can see the Steam search is working much better now. However, I understand you want to go directly to a specific game page. Let me try one more approach using Steam App ID that I can see in the URL structure. Let me create a direct link that should work. All right. So this might work, but I want to see if this works for other games. So this is perfect, right? For this game, for this one game, Doom, that's good. All right. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. But what does this do? Oh, okay. All right. So that does work too. What about Grand Theft Auto? What we got for Grand Theft Auto? All right. That's perfect. That is perfect. That is perfect. So GameSpot though. All right. All right. So GameSpot is not working yet. All right. So let me actually check out the Doom GameSpot result. And after this page is completely done, we can move on to making sure everything is cataloged and categorized correctly, and we should be cool. So the GameSpot button is not working as expected. It takes me to the URL above. All right. So we're not even gonna mention Steam no more, right? Just worried about GameSpot. It's working well so far though, I'm not even gonna lie. It's going really good. Fast. It's crazy. The first day took a couple hours to get things rolling, but this is working great. Nice. 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 Yeah. That's good. Okay, so let me try it for Doom. I don't want to confuse it. It's always good to just, if you test it one way, don't switch up how you're testing. for no reason at least. Make sure it makes sense, because you can just confuse the AI with something simple as like, I was testing Doom and I almost tested Grand Theft Auto for this version, but I'm just gonna keep testing Doom because there's no reason to have the AI be confused, and it might think Doom is supposed to link to Grand Theft Auto or something crazy. So you never know. Just keep it simple. In the Navy, they got a term KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That is something I live by. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy. Oh, no. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screenshot it and say, boom, error. It took me to this page. I would like it to take me to this URL instead. All right. Some colons in there. Boom. All right. Cool. All right, so let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Honestly, not sure what the results are going to be, but I know this app is looking really cool so far. This app is looking amazing so far. What? Yeah. No, it's looking clean though, man. I really like it. Borderlands 2, this is classic right here. And it gives the critic score, the overall rating, breakdown, all of that. Psst. Epic. Okay. Let's go. Loading back up. So clean. All right, cool. So looks like the links might work now. So let me test that out. Boom. All right, that's correct. That's cool. All right, so now we got the reviews looking right. All right, everything is working. Let me see IGN. So now IGN isn't taking me there now. And what about Metacritic, dang. All right, so that works now. Do the same for the Metacritic and GameSpot buttons. All right, and I'm gonna just catch some screenshots of those also so it can understand that problem is still showing up. Oh, I said GameSpot. Boom. IGN actually. So, yep. I mean, honestly, bro, it's been like a little bit over an hour and we've gotten like a whole lot done. We got a whole lot done. If I didn't want to add the reviews and everything like that, this would have been done already, to be real. Like this would have been done about 30 minutes ago. So, but definitely want to clean this up as much as I can. But that's so crazy though. You just drop a couple pieces of information and then you get a full-fledged app that fast. Like it's crazy. It's nuts. All right, perfect. I can see both buttons are taking you to Google searches. All right, let me add direct URL mapping from Metacritic and IGN. Similar to what I did for GameSpot. All right, cool. So while that's doing that, we can test out another game just to make sure it's not only working. All right, cool. So that works. All right, bad. That is really nice. All right, so it's not just working for one game. They're actually, or Replit is actually making these changes work for all the games. So that's really, really good to know. Really good to know there. Let's see. Let me update the URL. All right, so IGN now. What are we getting? File not found. File not found. Rotate that. All right, so that sucks. Let me check the other site though. What was it again? IGN and Metacritic? Yeah, Metacritic. So Metacritic is working. Okay, cool. Metacritic works for them. And it should also work for him. Yep, works. All right, nice. So just catch that IGN error page. All right. IGN takes me to this page. All right, so yeah. Let's see if IGN is able to pick it up, and we should be cool. This is really dope. And you see it has all the reviews right here, all listed out, everything, like exactly what we need. All right, go ahead, close those. Page is back up. I see the IGN URL structure is different. Okay. So it looks like it noticed the problem and boom. Nice. Nice. Wow. This actually took us to a specific review. Okay. Okay. That's really cool. All right, so let's see what The Witcher does. That worked for Doom, but not the Witcher page. All right, let me actually just show that error. I wonder what the problem is. I'm gonna say that solution worked just to make sure the app understands exactly what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to just say that worked. It might not matter in this situation, but it's always be specific, be specific, be specific. If it's one thing when you're talking to the AI, be specific. As long as you know exactly what you're saying and you tell the AI exactly what you mean, you'll be pretty cool. It's called prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, honestly, you can have a whole class on prompt engineering. It's super important. Prompt engineering is everything. Seriously. I have a video actually on prompt engineering. My first video I posted on this channel is all about prompt engineering and the basic breakdown. Basically an AI 101 course that everybody should watch. Seriously. Super useful. All right, so let me see if this works. No, it doesn't work. All right, so instead of worrying about that, honestly, all right, just remove the IGN button from all the pages. All right. So I'm just taking out the IGN button. We don't need an IGN button. Honestly, it's no real point. IGN, it gives a numerical rating system and it doesn't have the rating here, but who cares about IGN, bro? IGN is pay to play anyway, so we're trying to use real reviews. Steam reviews are way more valuable than IGN. Metacritic is way more valuable than IGN for reviews. So, all right, nice. So they took that out. All right. Looks clean. I like the red, but it's all good. It's just a design. It's not the end of the world there. So what do we do now? I could say we could add a trailer to these pages. I think a trailer a trailer above the description would be nice. A trailer, or actually the trailer should be playing above the details and genre page. All right. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. Catch a screenshot right there. Add an autoplay trailer above the details portion and below the picture. All right, so now want to add a trailer in right here above this portion. I think that'll be really cool. I like this. I don't want to touch this at all. This is really nice. Really, really nice. And while that's going, let's check another game, make sure that these work right. All right, so that's good. Steam. All right, perfect. So that all works. All the reviews and different links to different pages to get more information, that's all working as it should. Now we're gonna get that trailer in here, make it look a lot cleaner. It's always good to have some type of moving something in your app, just to make it look nice, you know. Really adds a lot to the feeling or the vibe of the app. You know, this is vibe coding, so you know we got to make sure the vibe is correct every time. So it looks like it tried to add the trailer, but I don't see that trailer in there. No, I'm not seeing a trailer. So yeah, I don't see the trailer. Let me screenshot that and just let it know the trailer is not there. The trailer is not showing up. And again, always important to note that that is an error. Let's see what we get back. Let's see what we get back. The trailer isn't showing because the ROG API might not be returning the clip data in the current response. Let me check what data is actually being returned and fix the issue. Okay. Let me check the ROG API documentation to see if there's a separate endpoint for a movie trailer ROG data. All right. Check. Cool. All right. Yeah. I gotta say it. I have to say it. Like, who's giving this much value this fast directly? Like, I literally am showing the entire process of making this video game webpage in real time, and it's working. It really works. You know, everything's functional. Everything's functional. Atmospheric, tags, great soundtrack, RPG, third person, open world. So we definitely want to be able to search by tags also. That's another real thing. Like, a problem with gaming, in my opinion, a problem with gaming is it's hard to find things. It's hard to really, no one curates a playlist of games really anymore. It's all about people just trying to promote the new biggest thing and here today, gone tomorrow. You know, people talk about games like for a day or two, you know, like, so I think this page can be really valuable as a way to find information about video games. Maybe even add, like, you know, personal blogs about games. You know, we can even have an AI bot writing up personal anecdotes about their game experience. It can even go as far as you or me or anybody just giving their opinion on the game in simple words, and the AI can flesh that out. You can even record it in audio or whatever, you know, and the AI can actually flesh that out and turn that into an article that people can read. I think that would be really cool. That can be cool. This is not. So again, it thinks that it added the trailer, but it didn't add the trailer. So I'm gonna just say again, error. The trailer is not showing. All right. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is doing right now. It's weird. Man, all these good games though, man. All of these games, memories. That's why I have a retro style, because I mean these games hold memories for a lot of people, and you know, it's like an old friend. Oh, like it's a lot of new games coming out and a lot of cool things with these new games, but a lot of times, honestly, like I can play an old game that I played a million times over a new game just because it hits a certain spot, you know. No Diddy. I see the issue. Witcher 3 doesn't have any trailers in the ROG database. However, Doom does have trailers available. Let me check Doom's page to see if the trailer appears. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice. This looks so clean. Bro, this is so clean. Look at this. Pop the full screen. This is nice. This is so nice. This is really cool. All right, yeah, this is dope. Let me see. Yeah, so this is 100%. Let me zoom in on this. Honestly, I feel like this page would look better if it was like at 200% size. Cause this hits a lot harder at that point, you know? Nah, but then it's better to be at 100. A lot of times with the design choice for Replit, it's using standardized designs that have been proven to work. And I might not understand why it works, but I know that this looks like it's standardized compared to other styles of gaming pages. So I might think it looks better, bigger, but the average person may not. So, you know, I'm gonna just keep it the way it is. And this looks so clean like this. Like, this is crazy. Let me check it on my phone now again. All right, so only shows when games have trailer data available. Not all games in ROG have video content. Okay, that's fair. So trailer worked. Got those in. And we're going to check it out on the phone. So here's that main page. Video game vault. Let me try it. Can't lock in. All right, seems like it just won't focus, but let me try it. Boom. Yeah. All right, so let's check out Portal. Portal doesn't have a trailer? Man, what? So Portal's trailer isn't showing up. What games do have trailers? If The Witcher 3 doesn't have a trailer, you know, what are we doing here? Huh. I'm not seeing any trailers show up, actually. Not on my phone. It's weird. Really weird. Check Grand Theft Auto. If Grand Theft Auto doesn't have a trailer, come on, bro. All right. It's Grand Theft Auto. Boom. Trailer. Details. You know, genre. Reviews. All of that. It's clean. Bro, those words. Oh, it's actually blurry. I'm stupid. Tripping. Yeah, the words are supposed to be blurry apparently. All right, so that's cool. Let me get out. So that's what the home page looks like on the phone, right? So that page looks like on the phone. Really nice, clean. Yeah, this is fire. All right, cool, cool, cool. So, I mean, yeah, the trailers work, but not for everything. Could be picky and say, nah, we need the trailer for every game. But the fact that it's able to adjust the pages and make it look right if the trailer isn't there or if it is there, honestly, that's cool. That's cool with me. Um, Payday. Why does Payday have a trailer, but Witcher 3 doesn't have a trailer? That's insane. Um, I want to honestly kind of say give a backup URL for trailers, but it ain't that serious, so we can go ahead and move on past that. We still need to get the fundamentals down. So this page is good with me. Got details, got the genre, reviews, reviews, etc. Similar games, all of that. So I want to check for something right now, right? So I want to see the Witcher 3 cheats and where that goes. All right. So PC console commands and cheats. Okay. So we should add a cheats portion, right? Add a, let me first say that worked. That worked. Nah, let me leave that alone. I don't want to confuse it addressing that problem. When you're talking to the AI, it's good to keep the information you're giving the AI very, very, very direct. So I could say that fix worked. Also, can you add X, Y, and Z? But that can cause problems with the AI because the AI might think I'm still talking about that problem that just got fixed just because I said it worked. So what I'm going to say is add a link to the page that can give cheats. All right. Because as every gamer knows, man, the cheat codes are everything. So having a page or having a way to get to the cheat codes, I use some of these game sites and I never find them having any cheat codes or anything like that really. Like they never have cheat codes on the pages for some reason. Everything is all apart. Like even with the reviews, I never see all the reviews just lined up like this, right? It's always you got to bounce around and just kind of hunt them down, and it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. And after this, after the cheat codes are added, definitely want to add a strategy guide portion where you can find guides for each game you would be playing. I believe that would be very useful. Outside of that, we are going to make sure the search functions are working correctly. And outside of that, we good, really. Like cheats, strategies, you know, cheats, strategies, reviews, and making sure you can find the game that you want to play. It's pretty much it, you know. Outside of that, could easily whoops, the page you're looking for doesn't exist. Okay. Huh. It doesn't have The Witcher 3? Let me check. PC. This page is not like, what's up, bro? The Witcher. It ain't got it. I don't even know how to search for games on this. Like, it's not even giving you, it's saying guides, but guides for what? Like, yeah, it look like they not really getting no money over here. They got everything disorganized. You can't even search through guides. Like, you know, like, think about this. This is a website that's been around since I was a child, right? This was like one of the first websites I ever went to for video games. Cheat Code Central. This was the first website. I was using this website when I was playing Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Yellow. You know, when I was in first grade, I was using this website. And my website that we just made on stream is more functional than that website, is more clean than that website, is more capable than that website that's been around for decades. That's insane. And I just made this in an hour. And this has been around for 20 years. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, all right, let's check out GameFAQs. So GameFAQs isn't working. Why not? All right. So guides, okay. So it should go to the cheats page, right? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the cheat CC button. All right, that's first. Remove the cheat CC button. So let's just go in order, right? Top to bottom. I don't even want that cheat CC page on there because it's just so trash. Yeah. GameFAQs has cheats though. GameFAQs has cheats. So that's useful. All right. So let me see the GameFAQs link again. All right, so GameFAQs goes here, but it should be here. I'm cool with it going here instead, but then it's like I don't even like having to click over. Like I want to just go right to the cheats. And this is a guide. This is a complete guide. Okay, that's cool. That's really useful. And then trainers and cheats. I'm not even familiar with this page. This looks suspicious. Cheat happen. Oh, this is like cheat cheats. Okay. Oh. All right. This is cool. The Witcher 3. All right, so it should have gone to this page, right? Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's start at the top, right? GameFAQs goes here. Goes to the screenshot image. Paste that. But it should be going to the URL, to this URL. Boom. Add a space in there. Nah, that's it. All right, so we can just add a GameFAQs link to the main GameFAQs page because it has a lot of useful information in there. And we can add cheats into this point. Like this can note cheats as well. I see the issue. GameFAQs search is going to a search page instead of a specific game page. Okay. However, since we don't have GameFAQs ID for every game, I'll need to create a mapping system for popular games and fall back to search for others. I don't like that. I don't like that. Huh. That's alright, I guess. Link directly to the specific game page for popular games like The Witcher 3. Okay. Fall back to search for games that don't have direct mappings. Use the game slug to match against known GameFAQs IDs. That's cool, but that's not really. I don't like the fact that I don't know which game will link correctly, you know? Let's see. GameFAQs. 404, error not found. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and revert that back because it looks like that might have caused a problem. Improve link to game. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll back, right? We're going to click this button here and this is going to roll us back to the previous state because changing that button just broke. It looked like it broke some things. Like Grand Theft Auto wasn't able to find what it needed to find, and it worked before. So no reason to get too deep on that one. Just being technical, you know. You can just click the button, and you're good. And it gives all the information you would need. Super useful. But what we do want to do is add cheats to that button so people can know that it does have cheats. Okay. The button error, the button should say cheats, guides. Can never find that and. Where is the and sign? Bruh. Bro, I can never find the and sign, bro. I've been typing for my whole life. Can never find it. All right, cool. Walk through. All right. All right, so hopefully it doesn't remove the GameFAQs portion. I don't think it will, but we'll find out though. It's all good. Perfect. I've updated GameFAQs button description to say cheats, guides, and walkthroughs as requested. Cool, cool, cool. All right, nice. Cheats, guides, and walkthroughs. Yeah, I just want to make sure that people understand there's cheats there. Complete guide and trainers and cheats. Let me see. So. All right. Error. The cheats happens. Cheat happens button goes to this page. It should go to this URL. I'm gonna just say it goes to this page. I don't want to say what URL it should go to because it might not know what game I'm looking at. I don't want to confuse the AI because it's really easy to confuse the AI. So we'll see though. I see the cheat happens URL is not working correctly. Let me fix the button by using different approaches. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's see. That's the wiki. Oh, what? Did they take it off? They just, what? Nah. PC gaming wiki. Nah, I like the. I replaced the broken cheat happens button with PC gaming wiki. Okay, so keep PC gaming wiki, but also add back in cheats happens. Fix the URL. For theft auto 5, it should go to this URL. All right, so honestly, I think this would be a good well, if it's for the legacy GTA 5, let me not confuse the program, man. All right. So hopefully it's able to find the right formatting, get that button back in, because that's really cool to have trainers. If you don't know what a trainer is, a trainer actually lets you basically mod the game and give yourself $1 million or whatever. Like it's just a little bit a step above just individual cheats. Super cool. All right, nice. That worked. But what we're gonna do is, like we always do, we're gonna make sure it works on other pages as well. Cause just because it works for one game doesn't mean it works for every game. So I'm gonna go to the similar games and cheat happens. Starhawk cheats. Huh. Starhawk cheats. What is this? This ain't The Witcher 3. Looks like this isn't working correctly. What about Tomb Raider? No. All right, so it looks like it ain't working. The cheat happens button for this game so I'm gonna just basically say the cheat happens button for this game at the URL for the game just so it knows exactly what game I'm talking about. Space that down a little bit. Gave us the took us to the screenshot page. Whoops. Oh, whoops. All right. So that screenshot didn't get saved. Copy that. Paste that in there. I don't know how to get rid of this, but it's all good. And we're going to see. I'm going to try one more time to fix that link. And if it can't fix it, then it's all good. No. So, no. So the cheat happens button just isn't going to work. Update external link on game details to provide accurate information. So I'm going to roll back to a previous point before we add it back in the cheat happens button, just because it's not working. If it ain't working, it ain't working. There's no reason to really dwell on that. Honestly. But what I do want to do is add in, make sure these work. Game facts. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So what we do want to do is add a link on the game pages for mods and include Nexus mod links for the games that apply. All right, so Nexus Mods is a website that you can use for modding video games, and I want to make sure that it adds those in for the games that apply, if it can, because that'll just be cool. You know, if you want to mod video games, or you might not even know you want to mod a game, right? But if you're on a web page and it's like, hey, click here for mods, you might find something cool. You know, you might give your person a jetpack or something crazy. You never know. And it has ModDB and Steam Workshop. So, oh, that's really cool. All right, cool. So I only said Nexus mods, but it added 3 different options in there. It's really cool. Cheats and guides, mods and modifications. Page not found. Okay, ModDB. All right, so it looks like that worked. And Steam Workshop. Yeah, that worked too. All right, so the Nexus mods button took me to the screenshot page. All right, so again, like I said from the beginning, there's no coding actually required. Everything is just purely just using your brain and understanding what the problem is and what you want, and just trying to think of how you believe that problem will be fixed. You know, you don't have to fix it yourself. You just got to understand how the problem could be fixed, you know, and it should be good. All right, so let's see what we got now. Nexus mods. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. That's amazing. All right, cool. So let's try with another game, right? Tomb Raider. Nexus mods. Modding tools. Mod categories. All right, so I think it might be adding in pages individually. This game's Nexus mods button took me to the screenshot page. Huh. I want to make sure make sure the button is able to work for all games. Service uses, okay. Wow. So it looks like my budget goes up at 8 p.m. today. It's all good. Let's increase $5 on that budget. So yeah, this app isn't free. What you do is you pay $25 initially, and then after that $25, you need to incrementally increase if you go over budget. I'm going over budget only because I'm making 30 apps in 30 days. Definitely not normal. Also, I was using Replit a lot for testing and things like that. So my budget is a lot higher than normal, and I'm only $35 over. So still really cheap program for what you get. You know, this app right here, you could honestly sell this app for a lot of money. You could sell this app for thousands of dollars for sure. All right, make sure the button works for all apps. It should. All right. Oh, I said all apps. I meant to say all games. Tomb Raider game is falling back to the categories page because it's not in my mapping. Let me make sure Nexus mod page works for all games by using a better fallback strategy and adding more game mappings. Cool. Yeah, it's really important. Just make sure the app understands, or Replit understands, that you want your capabilities to be scalable. Like, you need to make sure Replit understands that you need your app to work at a large scale and not just individually, because it may try and manually add things in. Like, I'm pretty sure it added some manual URLs in, but those manual URLs are only for the game we point out, you know? It doesn't work for every game. So, but yeah, it looks better now. So that looks like it is working. Let's try Portal 2. I don't think this has a Nexus mods page. Yeah, see, it didn't show up. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Steam Workshops works. All right, cool. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we got mods, we got cheats and guides, we got read reviews right here. So these are all the different review pages, you know, each of these function. And we have the reviews up here already, you know, so you don't even have to worry about what the reviews are. Once you get to the page, you're already seeing what the review is for the game. That's really valuable. So yeah, honestly, I'm good on the individual game pages. Now we need to work on searching. So I'm gonna do right here, copy that. Okay, what was that? All right, cool. Just want to make sure that caught what I thought it would have. Error. Add high quality search functions. All right, cool. So we don't even have to explain what we want exactly. Just add high quality search functions. You know, that should be enough. That should be enough to let the game know what we are talking about. So now we've added trailers. We have reviews. We have search functionality, but we're going to have a better quality search functionality. We have a really cool style. Even like the stars show up. Like when it got a 4.1, it shows 4.1 stars on here. That's really cool. And the design is just really dope. Really dope. Last thing I want to do is make sure this description is way too long. So we can cut that down a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, this description is too big, man. It should be a drop down. After like right here, I would say after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines down, it should be a drop down. Yeah. So it's updating the UI, better search capabilities, advanced text search. The search system now provides a comprehensive browser experience with multiple ways to discover games through text search, genre filtering, and various sorting mechanics. All right, cool. So let's type in Grand. Let me see. On the real page. That's nice. This is cool. But I would rather it be able to search by popularity. It says Metacritic. Okay. And it has rating. All right. That's valid. Date. AZ. Okay. Okay. Add in the ability to search by year. Yeah, definitely want to be able to search by year, especially with the retro aesthetic. Want to make sure that we can find games, based on a year. Like you might want to play an older game that you played in the past. And another thing, when you search by date, it should only show up to the current day. And there should be an upcoming button on here as well. Oh, wow. I like that. So you could just click that. That's cool. All right. Boom. All right. So yeah, I like this. All right. So we have that now. What else? What else should we add in here? I am wondering. So we have good search functionality. Each of the game pages are super clean, super dope. They add in everything we need realistically. Some of the pages don't have trailers, but some of them do. I wish they all did, to be honest, but I guess it is what it is. Grand Theft Auto has a trailer though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like this is a pretty clean video game app and it's really, really functional. It's really useful. It has a lot of good information. Even this description, I don't mind this description really. The similar games though, that's not really hitting for me. Yeah. Error. Make sure the similar games are actually similar. They should yeah. Make sure the similar games are actually similar. So after this, honestly, I think we're good. I think we're good, man. It's little details here and there that could be added in, like a fallback for the trailers would be possible if you wanted to add in a new trailer if the previous way we were looking for trailers didn't work. Have another way to find the trailer. That's possible. You could add in little anecdotes or just history of the game. That would also be possible to add. It's a lot of things that you could add in, but I'm not gonna lie, for a general video game app, this is clean and really valuable, really useful. I'm gonna use this honestly in my spare time just to find what game to play. I promise. Like, not really playing games like that recently, but when I do play games, you know, it's always the hardest part is finding what game to play. So, oh yeah, this is fire. Look at this. The Similar Games, Knights of the Old Republic. These are classics. So, that's really cool. Similar Games, Life is Strange 2. Remember Me. These are really good. Really good. Okay. And I could add searching by platform, right? But I don't want to be able to search by platform because nowadays most games come out on every platform for real. So you don't really got to worry about that for one. And for two, honestly, it's like if you know what platform your game is on, then you probably don't need to search by platform, you know? I mean, I could see searching by platform actually. Let me be real. All right. Yeah, so we can add searching by platform. All right. Add searching by platform. Also add searching. No, let me let's add searching by platform now. And then we're gonna add for the year, we're gonna have before or after, right? So you can even have checkboxes on the year portion. You can have the year and you can have a checkbox that says before or after, and you can uncheck them just to have it be the current year. Yep, and that'll just clean that up a lot more. And yeah, why not? Why not? All right, so adding the platform. Okay. Looks like that's working. Updating the active filters to display the platform filter. And always remember, the more we add to this app, the better the next app will be because Replit is going to learn everything we've been doing and build off of that. Perfect. I've successfully added platform-based search functionality to the game library. The new features include platform filter dropdown, includes all major gaming platforms. Perfect. All right. So year, platform, boom. Has all of them. Perfect. So we search PlayStation. Forgot that doesn't really show clearly what we need. So platforms, PS5, Series X, PS3. Let's go back in the day though, right? Let's go. Oh, it only goes back to PS3. So it doesn't have, oh, okay, I have Xbox 360 right here. Man, like everything comes out on every platform. That's why I'm like, man, I'm not worried about adding platform genre. Oh, it's not correct. Spider-Man did not come out on 360. Huh. All platforms. Oh, wait. I think it stacked up what I was searching, right? Is that what happened? Yeah, because I'm not seeing Spider-Man now. Well, Dota 2 isn't on Xbox 360. Yeah, so it's not separating the platforms correctly. Let me check one more time. Xbox 360. All right, so I'm seeing Gary's mod. All right, pretty sure these are all not this. Yeah. The platform search is not correctly separating the games by platform. Yep, so it has the information. I'm not sure why it's not able to log that information correctly, but it definitely has the information there. So let's see what we got. I'm not gonna lie though, man, this looks way better than every other gaming site I've ever seen. The problem with every other game site is they're not really worried about the games. They're worried about promoting different ads or like whatever BS that they have that they're selling, you know. This is a game website that's focused on the games. So when you get to the website, all you see is the games. You notice no clutter over here, no clutter over here. Like it's just a nice page. Nice looking page. So, all right, let me see. Oh, it's still working. Okay, server-side routing is missing platforms parameter. Okay. Platform search should now correctly filter games by platform. Okay. That's what I like to see. And let's test that. All right, Xbox 360. Did GTA 5 come out on 360? Wow. That game is on everything. Pretty sure you could play that on your phone. Okay. Looks good so far. I noticed a little bit longer loading time. That's good. These are definitely 360 games. For sure. So it's working. Nice. All right, cool. Yeah, this is cool. Let's see if we can add another one in there on top. Nah, so you can only search one at a time. Okay. That's fine though. That's fine. So by the year search function, add two checkboxes for before and after. If the checkboxes are not checked, it should only show the current year. All right. So yeah, I just think it would be cool. Like, for instance, in 2011, I feel like that was a good year for games. So I might just want to search games before the year 2011 or after the year 2011. And this will allow that. I have a little checkbox there, you know. Probably should be a radial button, but checkbox should be all right. Should be cool. And I think we pretty much done. These are all going a lot. I'm ready to go to war out here. Like I'm ready to start up stream and have all type of issues show up and different problems that I can't fix quick. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's the value of preparation though. I really prepared for this 30-day challenge in a lot of different ways. Made sure the PRDs were set. I did a lot of tests, built a lot of apps just to verify and just find any issues that I would usually find or not find. I was also focused on just researching other people's issues and everything. Yeah, just pretty much prepared. So looks like that paid off. All right, so it says it added the check boxes in 2025. Whoa. All right, so that's really cool, right? All right, cool. I mean, you can check both. Yeah, see, it says all, right? That's cool. All right, so let's say 1999. These are all games that came out before 1999. It's fire. So if you like a retro gamer or something, you want to see what games came out in the past, you know, you can always do that. Add a backup route to find trailers so that more games will have a trailer showing. Yeah, I really don't like not having trailers show for the games, and it looks like the API we're using just doesn't have that much trailers built into it, so I would rather have a lot more game trailers show up. Definitely want more trailers showing up because it's just a good feeling, really, and that's a lot with the apps. Like, it just has to be a good feeling. Like, I want to go to the app, I want to go to the page, and I want to feel comfortable. You know, I want to feel cozy. Like, I want to feel like this is a place that I want to be, and this is where I want to spend my time. You know, even with this page, like this page is really, 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 really good. Like this is a really, really good page. Like this app is clean, it's concise, straight to the point. It's just really, really good. But I can even see adding, like, you know, like a forum here where people can maybe have conversations, like a Reddit type of thing. You know, just little extra features over time if people, you know, gravitate towards it. That's a good thing with the apps that people make too. It's like the more you make apps, the more you understand how to read your market. And a good thing to do is just build something, and once you build what you build, wait, see how the market reacts, maybe build more, maybe fall back, maybe do something different, you know. Yeah, it's always options there, for sure. For sure. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good so far. Pretty much, I think we're pretty much done with this. Honestly, like, says that it added in, or it is adding in the backup pages for the trailers, so we can make sure more games have trailers showing. And after that, I mean, we good. We good, baby. Mission accomplished. Another day in the books. And we'll find out what we're doing tomorrow. And yeah, go ahead and wrap this one up. Now I need to update the trailer display logic to use the backup system. Okay. Yep. Updating the trailer to use the backup system. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, The Witcher 3 did not have a trailer, and it still doesn't have a trailer. The original ROG, search for trailers for the same game series, find trailers of the same developer game, display backup trailers with clean labels. System now tries multiple approaches. Looks like it didn't work. Let's try Cyberpunk. No trailer for Cyberpunk? None of these. All right, let's see if it broke. I think it might have broke. Error. Still not seeing trailers for most games. All right. And go ahead and do that. Boom. I'm guessing that it probably added a new feature that solved the problem, but that feature just didn't get integrated correctly. Trailer endpoint is returning empty results. Let me debug and improve the backup system. Check what's happening. Okay. Okay. Adding some debug login and improving the search strategy. All right. All right. So it improved the developer search strategy and added a more comprehensive approach. Now it's testing that backup approach, adding console logs. Console logs are basically error messages that are configured to show up in a certain situation. Like it might not show an error usually, but if you add a log request, then you can say, if this shows up, then let me know. Basically, it's a warning. It's basically an alert that you're building in, like on your phone when you turn on notifications for certain things. You know, it's the same style, pretty much. Actually, I need to remove the fallback approach per the data integrity policy. I hope I didn't just Another thing with AI is like data integrity is something really complicated. A big issue recently with Google, or not with Google, with Disney. Disney recently copywrote or struck a lot of people with copyright strikes because a lot of the AI platforms were using Disney information or Disney IP without being allowed to technically. So that was a big issue that showed up. But it looks like they gave an data integrity alert on my end, so that's not good. Hopefully there's no roadblocks from the AI adding in trailers. Man, I'm still not seeing a trailer here. I'm not seeing a trailer. Oh, okay. What happened? All right, now we got a trailer. Nice. The rope that binds you. This looks like the exact same style of... I don't think this is the trailer. Whoa, nah. Wrong trailer, buddy. Try Counter-Strike. Nothing. Witcher 3 is showing the wrong trailer. Can you just import the trailers from resource for YouTube? So at this point, yeah, just gotta kind of talk to it like a person, really. But something important to remember is like we have a rollback, right? So I don't like where it's going with the trailers. It looks like it's changing things a lot more than it needs to. But these are technically backups, but I don't know how it got to this trailer for The Witcher 3. That makes me think that it's reaching in a direction that doesn't really make sense. So that's why I tried to guide it with the suggestion. Can you use another resource or YouTube? Like, just throw that out there. Like, hey, can we just pull these from YouTube or something? Like, what's happening? Let me make the developer search more restrictive and improve the exact search to be more meaningful. Now let me remove the exact search strategy as it's not adding value. Nice. Now let me test the improved backup trailer system to make sure it's working correctly and only showing relevant trailers. Okay. See that localhost 500 or 5000, that's the port we're using. And if you ever want to change the port on here, like say if you had like for instance, because this uses port 5000 and all the apps made with Replit use port 5000, if I needed to do something on port 5000 with another app at the same time, I could just type in change the port to port 67,000 or something like that. There's 67,368 ports, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Might lose my CCNA if they know I forgot the port numbers, but yeah, it's something in the network engineering field, or I believe it's 65,000 actually. But there's about 60,000 plus ports that you can use, and you need to learn that for your CCNA or for network engineering in general. It's a real popular thing. So now it's testing the trailers. Okay. See the issue. The log shows there's still some leftover backup code running that's searching for action showcase trailers. The simplified endpoint I created should only return raw movie data. Okay. Witcher 3 returns empty results since there's no trailers. Let me test it with a game that actually shows trailers. Okay. For games without trailers, returns empty search results. All right. Well, I want search results to show though. Seemed like it just removed the trailer that it added. It's not really helpful. Any other database that can be used to add trailers besides the ROG API? I just want to make sure there's no other options we have. We don't need the trailers there, but I mean, everybody else has the trailers, you know? Steam Web API. All right, so we can use YouTube. All right. Requires registration, but offers more specific data than YouTube. Okay. All right. Okay, I want to use IGDB. All right, let me just actually go over here and say I want to use IGBD for trailer API for backup trailers. If ROG can't find one. All right. See what we get. Might work, might not. But I know we need another API for that. Client ID and client security. Okay. All right, so got to make another API key. As you can see, API keys are really needed a lot of times in here. Oh, this is a weird looking page. I can't close this. Huh. All right, so share data with anyone who wants to build cool video game oriented websites, apps, and services. Cool. For high level overview of our juicy data, check endpoint section. In our user API, sign up with Twitch for a free account. You must have a Twitch. Okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and sign up for this API, and get this done. So my Twitch was already logged in, and all I had to do was click authorize. All right. Okay. Register your application in the Twitch developer portal. Manage your newly created application. Generate a client secret by pressing new secret. All right, so let me check this. Register your application. What do we call this? Video game tracker? Sure. It's a really cool, unique name. Clear apologies. What? All right, let me get back to that. Oh, no. All right, cool. Open a new tab. Okay. So all right, so might need a registered URL for this. I'm not sure if it'll work. But we can try. Game integration. Client type. So we can go for confidential or public. Confidential clients are, my bad about that. All right. So confidential clients are capable of maintaining the confidentiality of their client credentials and typically run on a server. Web apps, if you are unsure what type to select, it's most likely what you need. Okay, sure. User must have verified email to perform this action. Huh. How do I verify my email? Let me see. I gotta hit my Gmail real quick, see if I can verify that. And we should be good. Okay. So, all right. Oh, whoops. All right, so I'm gonna log in to my email real quick and I'm gonna verify. Oh, let me grab my phone real quick. Don't have a verified email on here, or I don't have an email to verify. Huh. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, that is a level of depth that we don't really need because all it'll do is add some extra trailers in certain portions. So not really mandatory at all. But it's interesting to notice, and it's something that can be used next time. So, but for now, honestly, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. Like, it's no reason to just, beat a dead horse and just keep going. Like, it's pretty much solid. Got a full-fledged app. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go over all of the details, and yeah. So what we have here, we have video game vault. Explore the world of video games, right? Boom, enter vault. It's all retro style, really, really clean, sleek look. The color, everything is just really nice looking. So up here we have browse games, so we can search games, right? So we can go ahead and search. We can sort by A to Z, sort by date, rating, or a Metacritic score. Also have different genres in here, RPG, shooters. You can check the genre by year. So we can also go ahead and add in a platform in there, and all of these stack up. Yeah, go to the different pages depending on, oh, this is a really clean look. It's so clean. All right, so depending on what page you go to, you may or may not see a trailer built in there. Some of these sites do have trailers built in, like Grand Theft Auto. There is a way to get trailers built for everything, but just doing a 24-hour app it's no real need to worry about that level of detail. But yeah, down here we have the different reviews you can check out. Or actually above that, let me go through. We have the release date, the developer, publisher, different platforms that it uses, the genre, tags, single player, Steam, etc. Metacritic score. Down here we got the reviews. These are the scores that it got. Rating breakdown, the average, total amount of reviews. You know, some games get high scores, but barely anybody even checked them out, so it might mislead you. But then we can go down to specific reviews like I showed with Metacritic, but we can also hit Steam, and it takes you right to the page, you know? So integrates all of these different gaming platforms into one site. So here, yeah, boom. So you can check out the reviews, you can check out the features, guides, whatever. So all these buttons are fully functional, even with the cheats, right? Like it takes you right here. You can find cheats, you can find guides, all of that, all the information you would need, down to the point where if you wanted to mod your game, it actually takes you to the modding pages as well. So you can actually learn how to mod your game based on this one page. It gives you a description down here, you know, if you want to just understand details. And it gives you some similar games at the bottom. Red Dead Redemption. And just so you can see, every page works. Every page works. All right, so some of the review pages aren't going to be accurate, but you can see even if it isn't able to find the review page for you, it'll take you right there. Well, all you got to do is just click that one button and you're good. So really, really convenient, really good at organizing everything. It's hard to find a gaming website that's not like super difficult to understand and super just like off, you know? So, oh, it looks like this links to the wrong one. So it's not 100% perfect. Like Grand Theft Auto doesn't, or Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't have a Steam Workshop page, so it just took you to an incorrect page. But you can see right here on the ModDB site, another modding site, it gives you that. And then on Nexus Mods, oh, it looks like Red Dead Redemption isn't in Nexus Mods, but this is the first Red Dead Redemption, mind you. Red Dead Redemption 2 would have shown up in there, but let's check out GTA 4. Doesn't have a workshop either, but does have the ModDB. Did they make a Nexus Mods? Nope, they didn't make one. That's all good though. Yeah, super convenient, you know, easily accessible. Everything's right in front of your face. You go to the main page, search for a game, Halo, you know, search for the platform. Say for instance, I want Halo Xbox One, right? It'll show you all the Halo games for Xbox One. Boom. Now you got every Halo game that you can play on your Xbox right there in front of your face. You can even also go by year, right? So say for instance, not Halo, but in general, I just want to play a game before 1997, but I have an Xbox One. It'll show you games that you can play at that period of time on your Xbox. So mind you, this app was built in a couple of hours, and yeah, it's pretty crazy the level of detail that we can get on this All of these pages work. All of these pages work. You know, like I said, if it can't get you right to the page, it'll get you very close. You just got, you know, take that extra little half a step. Might have to click one more button. You know, you might have to use one more calorie scrolling, but you will get everything you need. And you can sort by Metacritic scores, right? So I can search for Halo games based on the Metacritic score. So it looks like Half-Life is showing up in here. Guess because Half-Life has such a high meta score. I don't know. But yeah, you see Halo's in here. So yeah, it's a couple quirks in there, but it's really, really, really functional, really effective, really effective. So Halo, they could have references to Halo or things like that in there. But yeah, really cool app. Made this app in a couple hours. And yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much good here. Oh, this is cool. This is a classic right here. But yeah, so that's another day, another app. Day 3, 30 days, 30 apps. Really simple, straightforward. I really hope these streams can help a lot of people out. If you check out my stream, you will learn how to build whatever you need to build. And yeah, it'll just work. It's pretty amazing what we can do. All of these apps that I'm building are not using any code at all. Everything is just me going through the process of vibe coding, which is just coding based off pretty much your feelings and how you want things to look, just kind of explaining it to that platform, and it does everything for you. So yeah, another day. Got 120 experience points for that, so that's nice. Day 27 in the books. What do we have tomorrow? I don't know what we have tomorrow. Every day is I don't know. So about to find out though. Kai Cenat app. So tomorrow we are building a Kai Cenat app. I've been waiting for this one. Streamer profile app featuring content, schedule, and fan interaction. Streamer profile display, content calendar, fan interaction features, and stream notifications. So we get 110 XP for that one. And yeah, so tomorrow we're building the Kai Cenat app. But yeah, I'm Adrian with Military Grade Automation, and that is a wrap. Yep.